Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانَ لَكُمْ عَدُوٌ. O believers, the shaitan is an enemy to you. فَاتَّخِذُهُ عَدُوًّا. So treat him as an enemy. Why? إِنَّمَا يَدْعُو حِزْبَهُ لِيَكُونُوا مِنْ أَصْحَابِ السَّعِيرِ. He only invites his followers so that they become the inhabitants of the blazing fire. O believers, لا تتبعوا خطوات الشيطان. Do not follow the footsteps of the shaitan. ومن يتخذ الشيطان وليا من دون الله فقد خسر خسرانا مبينا. Whoever takes the shaitan as a friend besides the Almighty Allah, then surely he has suffered manifest loss. O believers, وَإِمَّا يَنْزَغَنَّكَ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ نَزْغٌ فَاسْتَعِذْ بِاللَّهِ إِنَّهُ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ. If an evil whisper comes from the shayateen, then seek refuge in Allah, as Allah is the knower and the listener to all things. Say, رَبِّي أَعُوذُ بِكَ مِنْ حَمَزَاتِ الشَّيَاطِينِ وَأَعُوذُ بِكَ رَبِّي أَنْ يَحْضُرُونَ. O Allah, I seek refuge in you from the whispers of the shayateen. And O Allah, I seek refuge in you lest the shayateen come near me. These were verses of the Quran. Time after time the Quran warns you and I from the shaitan, and it encourages us to take protection from the devil. Why? Because he is man's greatest and oldest enemy. From the day you were born, he was there. And you came out crying because he poked you. And he showed how much hatred he has for you. And the day you leave this world, you will see him there, right beside you, trying to lead you astray in your last moments so that you become the inhabitants of the fire of hell. The father of the shayateen, Iblis, said to Allah, O Allah, لَأَقْعُدَنَّ لَهُمْ صِرَاطَكَ الْمُسْتَقِيمِ ثُمَّ لَآتِيَنَّهُمْ مِنْ بَيْنِ أَيْدِيهِمْ وَمِنْ خَلْفِهِمْ وَعَنْ أَيْمَانِهِمْ وَعَنْ شَمَائِلِهِمْ. O Allah, I will sit in waiting against them, against the believers, on the straight path. And I will come to them from the front. I will come to them from behind. I will come to them from the right. I will come to them from the left. لَأُضِلَّنَّهُمْ وَلَأُمَنِّيَنَّهُمْ. I will mislead them, and I will arouse in them false desires. لَأُزَيِّنَنَّ لَهُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَلَأُغْوِيَنَّهُمْ أَجْمَعِينَ. And I will adorn the path of error for them, and I will lead them all astray so that they become the inhabitants of the fire of hell. This is how much the shaitan loves you and I. And today, we embrace the shaitan. We embrace his ways, and we befriend him, not even realizing that as a result of which we will, Allah save us, become the inhabitants of hell. He is so cunning, so deceiving, that the mind cannot even comprehend that this is how deceiving the shaitan, and this is how cunning he can be. Sayyidina Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala anhu was a sahabi of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, a great sahabi. He did not wake up for his tahajjud once. He says the following night, I felt as if somebody was waking me up for tahajjud. And I asked, who is it? He replied that I'm the shaitan. Sayyidina Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala anhu, amazed that the shaitan is waking me up for tahajjud, to worship before the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The shaitan replied, O Muawiyah, yesterday you did not wake up. Why? Because I was the one that was stroking you and patting you on your butt, so you keep on sleeping. But you felt so bitter, and you cried so much to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because of this, that I felt that the reward that you have received for neglecting your tahajjud prayer is far greater than the reward you would receive for praying your tahajjud prayer. To deprive you of this extra reward, today I myself, the shaitan, have woke you up. Who could believe in a million years that the shaitan will wake somebody up for Salatul Tahajjud? He plans in stages. And he's so swift. You don't think Tyson's quick. This guy is so swift, so quick, that before you even wake up, before you even realize, he's robbed you of your iman, and you've become one of the inhabitants of the fire of hell, without you even realizing. The great master Ibn al-Jawzi, he relates in his work Talbis Iblis. He says that from amongst the Bani Israel, there was a very pious man, an Abid, who spent 24/7 worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At the same time, there were 3 brothers. They had 1 sister. They made intentions for jihad, to elevate the kalima la ilaha illallah. Now they were in need of somebody trustworthy, somebody they could trust to leave their sister with. So they chose this priest, and they came to this priest and they requested. He refused. They kept on requesting, he kept on refusing. They kept on pleading, till finally he agreed that he would look after their sister. He told them to leave this girl in a house in front of his place of worship. He would remain in his place of worship, worshipping Allah, and she would remain inside his house opposite his place of worship. He would leave her food outside his own place of worship, and then he would shout her name. She would come out of her house to his place of worship and take her food. And this is how time passed. One day the shaitan whispered, "What are you playing at, boy? You leave the food outside your place of worship? And she has to come all that way from her house right to your place of worship? What if somebody sees her all alone and sees that nobody's living with her? They will go to her house and they will rape her. Come on, you'll get more sawab if you leave the food outside her house." Now the shaitan's got him thinking, and he thinks there's more reward in this. Now he takes this food and places it outside her door. And this is how time passes. Every day this is what he's doing. A day comes and the shaitan whispers again, "Don't you feel sorry for her? She's all alone. She has nobody to talk to. You are a holy man. You possess a lot of knowledge. Allah has blessed you. You can benefit this girl. Don't talk about the dunya, talk about the deen." Doesn't this happen? Happens a lot in the universities, don't it? The excuse is that we are talking about the deen. Nothing can happen. We are pure. Listen to this. You can benefit her with your pearls of wisdom. Now, this is what he does. He sits outside his place of worship, and she sits outside his house, her own house, and they talk from a distance, all about the deen. And this is how time passes. The shaitan whispers again, "Come on, what are you doing? What if somebody sees you talking like this and thinks evil of you? Nobody knows from a distance what you're talking about, whether it's about the deen or the dunya. If they see you talking with a girl, they might get wrong ideas. And then why do you give a taklif to come outside her house? Why don't you just go inside? It's more appropriate this way. But secondly, nobody can think evil of you." So this is what he does. Now, he started going inside her house. And they would talk about the deen. Slowly, slowly, he's beautifying this girl in his eyes till this priest commits sin. And after a period of time, the child is born. Now the child's born, he says, "What have you done? You can't have this child. What if your brothers come back tomorrow? They will disgrace you and humiliate you." Don't be worried, she won't say anything. Why? Because she doesn't want her brothers to find out either that she's committed the sin. Kill the child. He kills the child. Time passes and the shaitan whispers, surely you can't trust her. She's got nothing to lose. You're the man with respect. Everybody respects you because you're a saint. You're a holy man. You're known for your piety and your worship. She's got nothing to lose. Now, this whisper